right, our first item on the agenda today is recognition of the 2021 Community Champions. And we will allow each board member to provide brief comments on his or her district community champion. Every year, as the board knows, as a part of the Fairfax County Volunteer Service Awards, each supervisor has the distinct honor and challenge of selecting just one outstanding volunteer from their district to receive the esteemed Community Champion Award. These are volunteer leaders who dedicate their time and talents to improving the quality of life in Fairfax County. We are honored today to announce our winners individually, and just as we do board matters, we will go alphabetically by district, following myself, and I will also, following myself, and then we will go alphabetically by district, and if someone could get me Supervisor Gross's, I'd be happy to do Vice Chairman Gross's too, since she has not arrived. But first, let me start. As a passionate advocate for issues relating to the health, well-being, and enrichment of older adults, our at-large champion has been an active volunteer with the Fairfax County Department of Family Services Volunteer Solutions, the Northern Virginia Aging Network, and the Fairfax County Long-Term Coordinating Council, working to enrich the lives of older adults and support challenges unique to this community. She serves her active adult community as a block captain and care team leader, where neighbors work together to provide services so that all can age in place safely in their homes. She has also helped draft policies tackling social isolation for older residents in Fairfax County and throughout Virginia. An outstanding advocate, facilitator, and collaborator, congratulations to Diane Watson, our at-large community champion. Next up, we have Supervisor Gross in the Mason District, Vice Chairman Gross. This volunteer is well known in his hometown. He has served as president of the Rotary Club 3 times in the past and will take up that position again in July. He has also served as chair for Taste of Annandale, the largest community event in the Mason District, for 4 years. His jobs as chair are numerous, including recruiting sponsorships, organizing volunteers, and attending to a myriad of other details. The Taste attracts more than 6,000 community members for free entertainment, food, and more. Proceeds from this event are used to support youth activities in his town and in his district. Congratulations, Bob Kahane, Mason District Community Champion. Next up, we have Supervisor Walkenshaw in the Braddock District.
For more than a decade, our next volunteer has been a champion and leader of her church's charitable operations in Annandale. Prior to March 2020, she helped serve an average of 65 families weekly. Once the pandemic took effect, the need for food and necessities skyrocketed, and she rose to the occasion. She oversees the provision of critical food requirements, such as 220 grocery bags prepared weekly, emergency food boxes, as well as prepared meals. She's created an environment where everyone can get help, no questions asked. Her tireless efforts and organizational prowess have ensured that thousands of our neighbors have had food to eat and warm clothes to wear. Congratulations, Betsy Clevenger, Braddock District Community Champion.
And next up, we have Supervisor Faust in the Drainsville District.
This community champion was instrumental in establishing WINS, W-I-N-S, Women Inspired Neighborhoods, a community-wide effort in conjunction with Fairfax County Public Schools, county government, and nonprofits to bring women in need to the forefront of assistance. The success of the group over its 6-year history is predominantly due to her efforts in creating a safe space where neighbors, largely people of color, immigrants, or those struggling financially, can come together to talk about the challenges they face, build social networks, and find ways to support each other. During the pandemic, she has helped those in need by distributing food at food banks, offering interpreting skills, or reaching out to families adversely affected by the pandemic. Congratulations, Fanny Salazar Lasky, Draysville District Champion.
Thank you, Supervisor Faust. Next is Supervisor Acorn, Hunter Mill District.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Serving as a volunteer with the Vienna Volunteer Fire Department since 2006, she assists with fundraising, outreach, and marketing. In addition, she turned what was supposed to be a purely social endeavor, a Facebook group called Vienna VA Foodies, into a vehicle for raising money, awareness, and community action for food insecure families. For frontline workers also, first responders, and more. Her efforts weren't limited to Vienna either. When the Black Lives Matter movement grew over the summer, Vienna Foodies fundraised to help the Anacostia area of DC. In one day, the group raised $20,000 to support Martha's Table, a nonprofit helping children, families, and the community. Congratulations, Lydia Russo, the Hunter Mill District Community Champion.
Thank you, Supervisor Alcorn. Next up, we have Supervisor Lusk, Lee District.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Serving the community through her work on several Fairfax County boards, authorities, and commissions, including the Community Action Advisory Board, the Human Services Council, the Food Access and Literacy Work Group. Our community champion has spent a good deal of her time in 2020 devoted to numerous pandemic efforts. She focused on collecting and delivering farmers market produce for donation to organizations addressing food insecurity and sewing face masks for others. When she delivered masks and was asked how they could compensate her for her efforts, she asked that folks simply pay it forward by providing food donations to nonprofits such as So Others Might Eat, World Central Kitchen, Food for Others, and more. Her efforts resulted in more than 250 masks donated and countless food donations. Congratulations to Michelle Minipes, the Lee District Community Champion.
Thank you very much, Supervisor Lusk. Next up is Supervisor Stork, Mount Vernon District.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm recognizing Reverend Dr. Brian Brown. This individual recognized the critical needs of the community during the pandemic, especially their emotional and spiritual needs as the Black Lives Matter movement and awareness grew in our community and around the country. Working with our office and our district and county public safety officers and traffic enforcement to coordinate logistics, he organized a safe, peaceful protest in support of Black citizens who have lost their lives to police action. Attracting over 1,000 participants and with speeches encouraging peaceful action as leverage for change, this march helped lead a community in grief and frustration towards positive growth. Congratulations, Reverend Dr. Brian Brown, Mount Vernon District Community Champion.
Thank you, Supervisor Stork. Next, we have Supervisor Palczyk, Providence District.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Providence District Volunteer Champion serves as president for her neighborhood association, the Miller Heights Neighborhood Association, and is very actively involved in championing drives, including many we have partnered on, for Food for Others, for the Oakton High School, and the Little Library. In 2020, to allay escalating food insecurity in our area, she organized her neighborhood to turn out for a massive food drive working with Food for Others. The result? Over 1,000 pounds of food donated. She brings her community together, she raises awareness, and advocates for those organizations dealing with food insecurity in the community. With her dedication to help, she has inspired and encouraged her neighbors to be involved in tackling this issue. Congratulations and a heartfelt thank you to Judith Schneider-Fletcher for the Providence District Community Champion.
Thank you, Supervisor Palczyk. Supervisor Harity, Springfield District.
Yes, I'll be recognizing Stacy Brumbaugh. She is emblematic of the best kind of next door neighbor. As a community leader, she stepped up efforts during the pandemic to help neighbors donate food and living necessities to those in need by offering her home as a collection and distribution location. In connection with her Community Action Center, her home was transformed into a drop-off center for food, easily accessible to community members, allowing distribution to neighbors in need. She is an example of how one person volunteering with care and commitment can literally put food on the tables of those who have none. Congratulations and thank you, Stacy Brumbaugh, Springfield District Community Champion.
Thank you, Supervisor Harity. Next, we have Supervisor Smith, Sully District.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Like several of our champions this year, this volunteer got to work during 2020 to support a critical mission area, food insecurity. She willingly and proactively fought this challenge through the most precarious of times. In coordination with the county, she recruited volunteers, coordinated receipt of food and other necessities, oversaw truck loading and dispatch to locations in her district weekly. Through her grassroots efforts, she effectively created a distribution service to ensure no one went hungry in her neighborhood. And she did it with grace, humility, and compassion. Congratulations to Dr. Reverend Brenda McBurrow, Sully District Community Champion.
Thank you very much, Supervisor Smith, and congratulations to all of this year's extraordinary community champions. For a full profile of these winners, please go to Volunteer Fairfax's website under Fairfax County Volunteer Service Awards. And as the board knows, normally at this event, we not only recognize our community champions, but a whole lot of other volunteers in Fairfax County who make contributions. And while we can't do that in person this year, it is a really important year to honor those volunteers, especially given this last year that we've been through, including all the volunteers who are in the building here today and around the county helping administer vaccines on behalf of the health department. And so this is really a celebration of volunteerism, not only of our community champions, but of all the volunteers who make contributions every day to the well-being of Fairfax County. And so let's give them a round of applause.